Hi there, guys. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Sam.
And we are
SkyWhale TCG.
Thanks so much for being here. Today we're going to be going over a short informational video. Today we're going to be filming a short informational video.
Yeah, well, we're trying to. This is our 5th time doing this.
Yeah, it's been a while since we filmed. We just got done with finals, school's out, we're figuring out job stuff, so we're getting over the jitters a bit again. But like I said, informational video, a few updates to go over. Not a whole lot that's going to happen, and that we're going to be like super important to talk about. Just a few changes with the channel and just life updates for us.
Mainly future plans.
Yeah.
So first of all, if you'll notice, we are in a new setup. This is my living room, not our fourth roommate's abandoned bedroom.
Yes.
We are actually moving.
Yeah.
He doesn't live with me, but I'm moving.
Yes.
Which means that we are moving. So for the next few weeks, few videos, we're not exactly sure
Where we're going to be at. Probably in here for at least a few of them.
Yeah. Basically, this is going to be a little bit of a weird transition period location-wise, and so that also means that audio-wise, it's going to be a little wonky.
Yeah, we can hear the cars, which
yeah.
means you can hear the cars.
Yeah.
So we apologize.
Yeah, so we're sorry about that. I'm going to do my best with it, but I'm not great with it, as I'm sure you can tell from previous videos.
It's hard to just get rid of the car.
Yeah.
You just can't do that.
Yeah, Anyways, so we're going to be in a different spot. We're going to be filming another video in here today, which we're pretty excited about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll
First,
be a
we're bringing on guests.
We are.
So if you're seeing this Saturday, next Saturday, we'll be bringing on guests.
We're very excited.
And they're excited too.
Yeah,
so,
we think.
Speaking of that, we're playing Commander. We're playing Commander Magic. It's 4-person.
We're very excited to do a 4-person pod.
Yeah.
Most of the time, whenever we're going to do Commander, we want it to be in a 4-person format and bring on people that are our friends that play, and hopefully you guys like.
As we talked about in one of our first videos, the whole point of this channel is just to make everybody kind of feel like a community. We want to play games. We want to bring people into a hobby that maybe they haven't been able to, or they want to feel connected. And part of the hobby is playing with people. So we want to bring on our friends that we think will have a lot of fun playing with us. Yeah. Moving into that, content-wise, moving forward, you'll notice that there hasn't been a box break in a bit.
Yeah.
It's not because we don't want to do them. We do want to do them.
Desperately.
But boxes are kind of expensive right now, and we are both in between jobs and in between spaces. It's just a lot of money that we're not making any return on investment right now until we have enough time to really sit down and like plan something like that and save up for more of that. Because again, we talked about our business license. It ended up costing us way more than we thought it would because we had to pay that fee twice, cut some of our initial sales, so we just don't have as much product as we wanted to open.
Yeah.
So we're going to be moving into some other things. You'll notice we've done a lot of tier lists.
If you're tired of those, sorry. We think they're fun.
They're funny for us.
Yeah, so we want to keep doing those. If you guys hate those, then just let us know so we don't.
Like, if you hate the way we're doing them and you have suggestions on what we can do better,
that's also good. That should go without saying. We admire your suggestions because they're probably a better idea than we will ever come up with between our 2 brain cells that we got.
Okay. We're good. We're getting there. But so tier lists, and then we want to, again, we're doing more Magic stuff because we really like Magic and we need an excuse to play Magic. Yeah. And we're using this as that excuse. Yeah. So aside from playing Magic, we want to get into other TCGs.
Yeah, we want to have kind of like a series, essentially.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're going to call it, but basically it's going to be it's going to be episodic where we try out different TCGs. Yeah,
because there's a
we've
not played.
We've mentioned multiple times that we wanted to try the One Piece TCG, and there's also the Star Wars.
And like
there's a Star Wars one, which I think is really cool that I wanted to get into, and then neither of us have been too excited about like Lorcana, but that one seems
the Disney
fun.
one.
It's got a good player base,
yeah.
So it may surprise us. But either way, we want to try it.
Hold for train. As we were saying before we were so rudely interrupted, we want to try a bunch of TCGs.
Yeah.
We want to use this channel, again, as a space to introduce like a community thing to people watching, but also we want to have fun, like we've talked about, and it's an excuse for us to try a bunch of things that we maybe haven't before.
Yeah.
Our name is SkyWhale TCG, not SkyWhale Pokemon, not SkyWhale Magic, not SkyWhale Yu-Gi-Oh! We want to get into a bunch of different ones. Yeah. We like Pokemon, so we're going to do a lot of that. We like Magic, so we're going to do a lot of that. But we wanted to just lay that as a foundational name so we can kind of do whatever we want. Realistically, we're going into what is probably like a variety channel. Yeah. Because
we want to do a lot of different things with a lot of different games. Yeah. And so that just means that whatever we look at and say, oh, that's fun, we're probably going to do it.
Yeah. So if you have any obscure or, TCGs that you haven't seen played that you would like to see played, or we might not always play the TCG. We might open a box of the TCG if we can spare the money for that. We'll open it, or maybe we'll just talk about it. Maybe we'll talk about.
But we want to open up our knowledge of different card games, and we want to talk about different card games, and maybe if they aren't very popular, but we think they're fun, try to spread it to all 75 of you.
Yeah, and help everybody. Maybe have fun with a new game like we did. We're going to try that sometime soon.
We're very excited for that one. We want that one to be like 1 or 2 videos a month. Yeah. So that'll like kind of be like one of the main series that we probably start to do on the channel. Yeah.
It's easy for 2 people to do that kind of stuff, which is where
a lot of the card games are probably going to be one-on-one dual like style basically as well.
So if you watched the Magic video that we did, 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
That is going to be kind of that style. Maybe opening it, looking at the cards, and then battling. Reading the rules probably is the important part.
Yeah.
But we're going to figure something out. We're going to make it work. We're going to try a bunch of TCGs. That's the
gist of that.
Episodic play games that we find are fun.
So if you have suggestions, let us know. And just different things like that.
Yeah. Other than TCG,
we're very excited for this one. We've talked about this one since kind of the beginning of the channel.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to like start doing it.
We had a bunch of debates on whether or not it's like, our channel isn't for this, but we want to do it anyway. So we're going to do like a randomized Nuzlocke because we've really wanted to do that. I enjoy watching them. They're fun. And if we want an excuse rather than just saying, hey, we're going to sit down and do this thing, we are, but we're going to film it. And so we can say that we're doing it for content.
Exactly. We're doing it for work.
Yeah. So for the 75 of you out there. But yeah, so we're going to probably be streaming?
Maybe. We're still going back and forth on how we want to do it. We might stream it at the very least. What we're gonna make that episodic as well.
Yeah, there's gonna be hopefully VOD episodes.
Yeah,
and
we want to have full length episodes like of uncut, and then we also want like cut down versions of it. So it's like if we do like a 2-hour filming session, which is kind of what we're planning to do, then what we'll probably do is have like a 30 to 40 minute video cut of that, and then just kind of do that until we basically either die, which will most likely happen.
We'll just restart them.
Yeah, or finish the Nuzlocke. Yeah. And so that's kind of our goal with that. Like we said, it's going to be episodic. With that, it is going to be in addition to Saturday uploads. Yeah, so that was one of the things we wanted to make. So hopefully we plan to have regular Saturday videos, and then this kind of be like a separate thing, because it is summer now, and we have said that we wanted to do 2 videos a week for summer. We don't know if that's possible. We will definitely always be able to get the 1 video a week, but we're hoping that the Nuzlocke will be kind of a middle of the week thing that we're able to do in addition rather than
Saturdays. Yeah.
In addition to Saturdays rather than during Saturdays.
Yeah, so we're excited for that. Hopefully that turns out well. We're going to figure it out again. We're debating on exactly format style, but either way it's going to happen. We just don't know how.
So if you have an idea of how to film that, do you think would be cool? Like if you would rather us narrate, or if you'd rather just see game clips, or something like that.
Get rid of the 2 people who are talking and let me just watch the game.
Yeah, I was about to say, however you guys want to do it, we can probably adjust to that because we've never done something like that before. Yeah. So equipment
is the last thing.
So this is actually a different camera than what we're using. Isaac has a camera. He's gonna talk to you a little bit about it.
This is my camera. It's a Zcam E2 S6. I bought it for my school stuff. Yeah. I'm a film student. I'm making short films, and I was really tired of renting the school's equipment every time I wanted to film something. We go to different schools, and we have the same issue. It is horrible to have like a 2-day deadline to film things without having to get yelled at by a room of old people who throw sticks at you. Yeah. So I bought a camera. It's this one. We're shooting it on 1080p.
Mainly because we want it to match.
We want it to match the other ones, and his computer will blow up.
Yes.
If we shot in 4K, which is what I've been shooting in.
Well, if we shot like a regular short film in 4K, or even 6K, it would be perfectly fine. Yeah. But for like 20-minute videos like this, uploading like a freaking 40-minute 4K clip, I would. Yeah.
You don't need to see us in that much detail. It's not important.
No, it's fine. Yeah. We're kind of ugly. This actually makes us probably hotter. I would say.
I don't know. I forgot to shave, and
I forgot to shave.
And you forgot to shave.
But we both can't grow beards well, so it's not like it matters that well.
Anyway, that was a little bit roundabout. Either way, we're slowly getting equipment. Will you reach behind you? It's right there. We made a better pole for our overhead rig cam. Yeah. So it's longer, so it can go across.
We say better, It's just longer.
It's
just
PVC
longer. Pipe.
Yeah, the other one is
rigged together.
The other one is aluminum.
So as you can tell, this one actually fits all the way over the table. It's still a little bit tight, but at the same time, it'll have enough room for the poles to reach. Because how we're wanting to do commanders, like we'll be on this side, and then 2 people will be over here, and we'll get different angles for that. But we're wanting to start using this table instead for probably most of the stuff.
It gives us more room.
More than the square table. It gives us more room,
and it looks better.
It looks better.
Maybe not this blanket on it. It's a little hot, but we didn't want to. The table's a little dirty.
Yeah, we didn't have a tablecloth.
We didn't have a tablecloth, so we're gonna get one of those.
Yeah, so we use this blanket.
It has SkyWhale on it. Hold on.
Oh, it does. Hang on.
Yeah.
It's
got SkyWhale on it. It's so cool, and it's really soft. It's actually a really nice blanket.
Also, I want to point out, dude, whenever we were going to get this table, I didn't know that he had this. He's never mentioned this blanket to me.
Oh, the blanket. I think it's the table.
No,
I just bought the table.
It has our logo on it, and this man didn't even tell me that he owns this. I want one.
So my grandmother embroidered these for us, right? And one day she just showed up on my doorstep and handed that to me like a week later.
Which is awesome.
And I was like, oh, thanks. And I just kind of forgot to mention it. So now we have a SkyWhale blanket, and it's like the best blanket ever.
It actually is super soft. Yeah. I've probably been messing with it like most of the video.
But anyway, equipment. We're
gonna buy lav mics as well.
Yes, lavs are the next thing.
That's the next thing. But we actually are going to buy. Like we said that like multiple times. We're looking into them.
Yes. We did a little bit of a production thing with for SkyWhale, not really.
Yeah. We actually like helped a person film some videos because they needed our help with like some videography stuff, and so he ran audio and I shot it, and we kind of helped him set it. It was pretty easy. But he gave us some money, so we're gonna use that to
lavs.
Yeah, we're gonna use that to probably get lavs.
And that's what we paid that with.
Yeah. We're also wanting to
we're gonna get a reflector. That doesn't help you guys at all.
Yeah, we're
talking inside.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is counts as equipment. We want to get a reflector. We think it'll help, especially whenever we're doing outdoor stuff. Yeah. Eventually, we might do
maybe
some outdoor. We've had some video ideas that require outdoor. Yeah, so we just haven't done those yet.
We're going to London, and when we're there, we're outside. Because we want to vlog some of that, which is why we're getting lavs. Outside stuff would be very helpful.
Yeah.
But either way, we have lights, we have a mic, and we have a camera. We're just getting lavs, and then we're pretty much set for what we want.
And now we have 3 cameras, so now we're able to kind of do the format that we've wanted to do before, which is 4-person commander, where you're actually able to see all 4 people and have the overhead rig. So we're actually very excited about this. And also, even during 2 people, Isaac could be sitting here, and we can actually have an angle on both of us. Yeah. Instead of just that awkward side profile wide angle that we've been doing.
Yeah. It's bad. But realistically, we actually need that angle to establish a shot sometimes.
Anyways,
it's a whole thing.
The point is we actually are able to.
We're slowly getting there.
Bigger variety of different stuff.
Yeah. Really, that's kind of all.
That's about it.
I know we normally do like Pokemon market updates, but only thing that's interesting is that it's like expensive right now.
As I say, people are still fighting each other. Yeah. It's still expensive. We could talk about the new set coming out, but
we're probably not gonna like right here. We're probably not gonna be opening them anytime soon.
We would like to,
but it's just not.
We just don't want to talk about sets that we're not gonna open.
Yeah, and we're not gonna really be interested in them for a bit, just because there's not.
Yeah, well, we want to talk about sets that we open, because it's like we're not gonna be like, yeah, this set's so cool, and then just not open it or do anything with it. We'd rather just focus on the things that we can do and put our excitement into that. Yeah. So it's like we want to get back in to opening Pokemon cards, but it may be a bit. But that's why we try to do a bunch of different things. Like I said, look, we're still throwing stuff at the wall. We're still seeing what's gonna stick. Yeah. And so, hey. Thank you guys for watching the newest video. What the frick?
We can be less personal now. Hold on.
Yeah, what the frick, dude? That was crazy.
Yeah,
we got our most viewed video, which
It's not a lot. It was like just under 200, but that's still like.
That's the most views we've ever gotten on a video, which is awesome.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Thank you. Yeah. To everybody who watched it.
Thank you. We know why. It's because it was a thumbnail that was readable, but it was so unfun. The other thumbnails were so much funner.
I agree.
They're so much like they're us.
They're stupid. Like us.
They're us.
Yeah. And also, I do want to point out, I do apologize for the lack of very bad thumbnails. Me and Isaac haven't been able to get together to actually take photos in a bit, so we're going to do that today before he leaves.
Oh, I forgot we're doing that.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing more thumbnail poses. That way we're actually able to have funny thumbnails again. So we'll be doing that, which I'm pretty excited about. But yeah, so we will get back to schedule of the very bad thumbnails. Oh, also, if you're on here and you don't follow our Instagram, you should. You can't follow our Facebook. I don't really care if you do. All we do is just post it on there.
Yeah.
We're just like, hey guys, new video. You get the same notification that you would get from YouTube. But if you're on Instagram,
you get behind the scenes photos sometimes.
Sometimes, and mainly, I post a vertical version of the thumbnail I make with a random anime opening that I pick that I think sounds funny. And so you should go look at those because I spend extra time recropping it and making a different thumbnail, and it's almost the highlight of my week.
It is really fun.
I send them to Isaac almost every week, and I'm like, "How isn't this funny?" And he's like, "This looks awful."
That's not what I say.
And it's great.
He's making me out to be the bad guy. I'm
not making you out to be the bad guy.
Yeah, I'm not the bad guy. I help him pick the music because I find the funny songs.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's just really funny photos that we put on our story whenever we're just hanging out and talking about things, and somehow SkyWhale gets mentioned, and we post a photo on the Instagram.
We do that because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm our social media manager. I should do that.
Or when we get lunch, so sometimes we just put a story on when we use our business card.
It makes us feel official. We got lunch today at a gas station using our business card.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's pretty much it.
We rambled like usual.
Yeah.
Sorry. But
yeah, if you have any suggestions for us, any specific card games that you would like to see, you can just let us know.
Yeah.
But other than that, we are going to go ahead and get set up for our
Commander. Go welcome our guests,
which is very excited. So we're hoping to have you guys watch that.
Hold on, call to action. We haven't done this before. Click that subscribe button, ring that bell,
do a call out action.
And we will see you next week for Commander.
Action is so stupid. I don't want to do it. So I know that we need to, but it's so lame. I know that that's like a thing that they say, but
it's gonna misfire.
Okay. Listen, I've never clicked subscribe because somebody asked me to. In fact, it makes me as a point to not click on it. It makes me not want to click on it.
Fine. Don't hit that subscribe button. Do not hit that bell. If you hit that bell, I'm gonna know where you are.
We're gonna hit your bell.
You can't say that. I'm gonna ring your bells.
You can't say bells plural, dude. That's way worse than just saying bell.
Is it?
Yes.
Let us know in the comments.
Yes, because bells, obviously, you're talking about my nuts.
No, I was talking about your nose.
You just say bell. I don't have two noses. You would just say
two
bell.
holes.
Nostrils. Your bells are not nostrils. Bell would be a nose or my nuts. You obviously meant my nuts, dude. You can't say bells. You have to just say bell.
I'm gonna.
Goodbye. Okay, we're cutting it right there.
Somewhere before there, really.